All right, today's topic, the phases in dating between the US and Korea. Okay, I lived in Korea for enough years. I have been living in the States for
Enough years.
5 or 6 or 7 years. So one of the things that I noticed so far is dating culture is very different. I want to specifically talk about the phases to become official couple. In Korea, I think it's pretty straightforward. You start dating someone, let's say they do a lot of blind dates.
Is it normally someone that introduces you to the person that you have the
Right.
blind date with?
So before dating apps, when I was in college, basically, blind date had been always the thing. I think it is still the thing. For example, I know, let's say my friend A, which is a guy, and then I know you as my friend. And then if I think you guys could be a good match, I just introduce to my friend. Or yeah, I can make some lunch or coffee so you guys can get to know each other. I don't go there. Yeah, I just set it up for you guys.
Yeah.
So this is kind of typical way that how Koreans meet somebody. And then I would say after 2 or 3 dates, I think they usually decide whether you want to keep dating this person or not. Probably after 3 dates, average.
Okay, and by that time you want to continue dating. Is that when you decide to become boyfriend, girlfriend?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
I can't speak for those like more than like 10 more years younger than me.
Yeah.
But I think it's still similar.
But at that stage, you're still getting to know each other, right?
Yeah, you don't really know that person.
But you already decided you're gonna be boyfriend, girlfriend.
Right.
That's
I know it's
culture shock for me.
sounds a little too early, but that's how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, Koreans love kind of get things done really quickly in every aspect. So after 3 dates, I think there is an expectation, especially from the girls, for the boys to decide whether they want to continue.
But leading up to, let's say, the third date, that's when you want to decide whether to carry on with this dating relationship or whatever or not, moving on to the next stage of it, right?
Roughly, yes.
Yeah, so up until that point, is it normal for both sides to be seeing or talking to other people?
Yeah. It used to be not like that. Let's say we dated a couple of times, and then somehow you found out I was dating another girl.
Yeah, or seeing another.
Yeah, and then I think it would be fair for you to make some comments on me.
Like what kind of comments?
So are you seeing somebody else? I thought we are dating. I think these days it's very different. These days it's totally fine to date multiple people before you go official.
Do people actually say, I'm actually seeing another person too?
No.
Unless they're being asked.
Right. Unless they are being asked, they
Don't
wouldn't
mention
tell you at all. So yeah, after 3 dates, I would say 5 dates tops, you will be asked to decide if you're a guy, at least. And if you're a girl as well, and if the guy wants to go official with you after 3 or 5 dates, he will ask you.
Let's say if he takes a little long and at the 5th date, no one has mentioned or brought up that question of like, would you want to be my girlfriend or would you want to be my boyfriend? What's the take there? Like, is it not serious at that point, or do you think like, oh, we're pretty much better off being friends?
Well, if the girl wants to be official, the girl would ask him, hey, yeah, what are we? And then guy will have to answer whether I want to be friends or yeah, I don't think it's gonna work out. Of course, they can stay as friends unless they cross the line. Also, there are many cases, I think, like they sleep before going official. And I think that's when, especially from girls' perspective, it gets confusing.
Yeah, it get messy. I guess that's true regardless of whether you're dating in Korea or dating in the US. You sleep before defining like your relationship, or unless both parties are aware of the intent and the goal.
Yeah.
If that's not discussed before you like cross that line, then it can get messy pretty quickly. Yeah, that's interesting. I guess I cannot speak for all dating cycles or whatever you want to call it, steps. But generally here, if it's before apps became a thing, people kind of find their partners throughout school, because that's the only other place you would go to like meet other people, right?
Gas stations.
Gas station. I don't know about that, but definitely in school, especially when you're in high school, there are more students around that you can meet. Getting into college is a big thing, and joining like clubs, after school activities, or like hanging out at friends' parties and like meeting their friends. And so going to lots of social gatherings was a way to find someone to date. For example, if I am attending a friend's birthday party and then my friend has a friend that they've met, and let's say if that person or I find my friend's friend attractive or something, then maybe my friend would like give his number to me, or like vice versa.
And then what are the phases?
Yeah, the phase is like you are talking to someone, you're dating someone, but until one person asks, similar to Korea, that's when you are official. But there's no set timeline. It really depends on the people involved. Generally, I would say maybe like a month or two. If you want to define it by like the number of dates. I think when it gets to maybe the 5th or 6th date,
then you decide whether you want to go official or not.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty quick.
You guys are like a 3rd date or something.
Yeah, 3 to 5, I would say.
Yeah.
3 to 5 dates. But you said
That's-
6 dates.
You said 3 to 5?
Yeah, I would say 3 on
We would never like decide at the 3rd date though. I would say first day is just meeting pretty much like as strangers, and then first day is like you decide whether there's something there you want to continue to learn or explore more of. Second day is when you actually get to know them a little better, more like a little longer date than the first one. Third day is like, okay, at this stage, there is some mutual interest, maybe learning more about them. Then maybe you might hug or hold hands. You could do all these things and still not be like boyfriend, girlfriend. Fourth date, you might be doing something a little more romantic, like having a romantic dinner. And people here, when they're still casually dating, they can still introduce their date to their friends too without being official.
I noticed that.
Yeah, because that's kind of like also a test too. They might rely on their friend group to like scan this person that they're seeing to see if they're a good match or if they're like sus or anything.
Yeah, and that's interesting because it almost never happens in Korea.
Oh yeah. And while you're seeing this person, it's also normal to see multiple people at once.
And you can openly talk about it.
I mean, not so openly where you're like, oh yeah, I did this with this person. That's not really something to bring up unless you're being asked, like, similar to what you said. But it's not going to be anything offensive or like, oh, I am being cheated because this person is seeing multiple people at once. It's normal for both sides to have other options or candidates.
I would say it's pretty similar between those two countries, the States and Korea, in modern days.
Yeah. But then if that person is serious about you, if you guys have that conversation where you explicitly say, I'm not seeing anyone else, I think we're pretty exclusive. And then that would lead on to, asking, would you be my girlfriend? Would you be my boyfriend stage?
So asking if you want to be exclusive with me, does that mean being boyfriend and girlfriend?
Yeah, generally, yeah.
So I thought there were more steps, like in US dating culture. Phase 1, seeing each other, kind of early stage in dating. Second, dating someone, which means we are pretty much dating on a regular basis.
Yeah, like hanging out, meeting up once a week or so.
Right. And phase 3 is being exclusive. I'm not dating anybody else but you. And phase 4 is being boyfriend and girlfriend, being official.
Yeah.
AKA.
But I would say when you get to the stage of defining the relationship to boyfriend and girlfriend, this is at the point where you know way more about the person, I think, than you would when, let's say, if you're dating in Korean culture.
Okay,
within the Korean dating culture. Because from what I'm hearing is that when you ask the person to be boyfriend and girlfriend, it's the stage there is mutual interest, but you don't know a whole lot about the person yet. It's like you are agreeing to continue to learn more about each other. Whereas in the US, that happens a little later on when you find that you're both compatible enough to carry on. And that's when you define the relationship and you say, yeah, I'm serious. We're exclusive. I'm only seeing you.
So going exclusive and being boyfriend and girlfriend are pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
I think I didn't ask you to be my girlfriend or being exclusive or something.
Oh, I don't remember how much. Well, we did talk a little bit about it. Like it was mentioned, oh, we're just seeing each other exclusively.
Did we?
Yeah, I think so. There was no defining moment where we specifically said, oh, let's be boyfriend, girlfriend. We just kind of.
Yeah, I think it just happened.
It just happened. But I think at one point when we were working together, I vaguely remember you had a call with one of your coworkers or a meeting. And then it was just like the coworker asked, oh, what did you do? How was your weekend? Or something like that. And then you were like, oh, yeah, I was with my girlfriend. You referred to me as your girlfriend. I was like, oh, am I your girlfriend? I guess we are boyfriend and girlfriend officially.
Or they could have been someone else. Yeah, just to be clear, we're exclusive.
Yeah. We've been exclusive for a while.
Just in case you're thinking different. Anyway.
Yeah, so I would say getting serious or boyfriend girlfriend here in the States is a bigger decision than it seems like in Korea. Is that true?
I would say
there's more weight to it.
Right. I would say this way. Of course, Koreans go official, aka being boyfriend and girlfriend, way earlier than how people do in the States here. But it doesn't mean that they take this relationship seriously when they frame themselves as boyfriend girlfriend.
Right.
So let's say you are 3 weeks into dating this person. Okay, you dated only 4 times.
Yeah.
And then you guys framed each other as boyfriend and girlfriend.
Yeah.
From the people's perspective that live here in the States, it's gonna be, oh, that's way early.
Yeah, like this person's moving way too fast.
Right. Yeah, but it doesn't mean that those Korean couples take this relationship seriously.
Right.
Probably I shouldn't say that because it sounds like, okay, so we are framing each other as official couple.
Yeah.
But I don't take this seriously.
It's not like taking it seriously, but it's like it doesn't hold a lot of weight, or you're still getting to know each other, but you're not bounded together. Maybe it's more like you go official early as a formality or an agreement to continue to learn and spend more time together.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's like both sides agreeing, yeah, we're going to continue this, but spend more time together, learn and see where it goes, right? But in the States, I think when you get to the phase where you are establishing boyfriend-girlfriend relationship, it's a little more serious tone because you're dating with the intent that you might consider this person as a long-term partner, whether it gets into marriage or not. But that's the thought, you are investing more into it.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I like that way to describe the difference. So that's why I think average tenure of relationships in Korea is way shorter than in the US.
Right. So breakups happen more often, right?
Oh, yes. It's really common in Korea to say after like 3 months of being official or being boyfriend and girlfriend, it's common to say, oh, I broke up. And people would react like, oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Here, hearing a breakup seems like it's a really bad thing. It's serious, right? Like, oh, are you okay? Like, how are you coping with that? Right. It's like a loss of something huge, right?
Exactly.
But if we were to find an equivalent, let's say casually dating someone, like getting to know them where before establishing that relationship officially, instead of saying breakup, we just say, oh, we stopped talking or it didn't work out. You're like, oh, okay. That's like, I think, the equivalent.
Right. So, of course, if you have been dating this person in Korea for like more than a year or 2 years, and then you say, oh, actually, I broke up, people will take it seriously.
Oh,
of course.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it's just the only difference is the timing that you go official, naming boyfriend and girlfriend each other. So that's the only difference, I would say. And developing the feelings is, we are all humans, I'll say.
Yeah, right.
So which way do you prefer?
I think I prefer the US way. I feel like it would be a lot of pressure to just choose someone almost immediately to focus on. Yeah, I'd rather not have that pressure on me or that expectation. And I want to move at my own pace, what I'm comfortable with. But also be able to kind of really know myself, who I'm looking for or what I'm looking for in a relationship. And I think being able to kind of meet multiple people would help me find out a lot quicker my preferences.
I agree. Also, I didn't really like the entitlement as boyfriend and girlfriend. After 3 weeks of dating, I became this person's boyfriend.
Yeah.
And as boyfriend and girlfriend, you can require this person something. For example, hey, you have to spare your weekend for me. That's default. And you need to tell me in advance if you want to do something else without me. Personally, I didn't really like that thing.
Yeah.
So I want to spend more time before I go official, so I know I am ready to dedicate myself, my time, my energy before going official.
Yeah, and I think it's also a good question to ask before you decide to go official, regardless of any dating culture that you are in. Is always understanding the intent. Are you dating for marriage? You're just casually dating.
Yeah, but that wouldn't work in Korea because no one will say, hey, I'm just dating casually. You can say that in here in the States, but I think it's almost taboo.
Oh, really?
Even though many people would have that intention,
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's almost taboo to say, okay, I'm dating casually. I'm not thinking about
Marriage right now.
marriage right now. Yeah, one can say, so marriage, I don't know at this stage because of financial things.
Yeah, like you have
and
other
yada, yada,
priorities
yada,
in mind.
right?
Yeah.
But I think no one can say just, no, I'm just casual. I think it's just culture difference.
Yeah, it's not really seen as like a taboo here too. I think if someone mentions it up front that they're not seeking for anything serious, marriage is not completely off the table, but it's not their main priority. They're not going to be faulted for that. I think if anything, yeah, it's just them being honest. Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it was interesting to talk about how the stages or phases are different in early dating scenes between the States and Korea.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Bye.